And we are ready to begin, and we're so pleased you're here, and you will change today. We had our messenger stop and have him see all of the messages we gave you on April 23rd since 2008. We want you to understand that there's an organization in your life and in the universe, and you happen to be moving through a very energetic time in your world, and this is why we've given you all the information. But doubt is the biggest thing that holds all of you back, including our messenger. So before he ended his day, we said, please go and look at April 23rd. And then we wanted him to use your AI to show the accuracy of what we have given you. Now, he's done it before, and he's demonstrated it in his body and in his life, but still, many of you are not believing, and he's not helping because he hasn't moved. And we had him find all of this information and put it together so all of you could see it. You exist at the most dynamic time on your planet because you're here to create something new. But it can only come if you decide to change. And changing means that you accept more of you. You go into who you were meant to become. That's always in your consciousness. You're not fixed in this physical form. You live in your consciousness and you transcend in your consciousness as well. And so, what we have done is given you all the information to allow you to do that. And we've done it in order. And you've never seen any other channel who's done it this way. We know that is a little difficult, but we wanted you all to understand you're meant to be unique. You're not meant to come into the world and do the same thing as everyone else. How would your world evolve? But then it does become difficult because then you can become our messenger where he lives his whole life and no one understands and can't believe it. And he couldn't believe it. But this is why we kept talking about cognitive dissonance. You all have it, but understand why. It's only because you have not seen something done before. You haven't experienced it. And you're meant to experience something more. You're meant to experience something new. You're meant to create a better world. We've told you that all the conditions occurring now, especially in the United States, were to help this come about. We know that there was a lot of chaos, there was all of that, but you will see that we gave you a message that we wanted you to become unhurtable. Yes, we had our messenger make up that word because we want you to make up more things. And as you read through the messages, you will see that they're organized. Now, how could he have given you messages that are in alignment to where you are today every April 23rd? You will never be able to answer that. That's why we want you to suspend your disbelief about what you can achieve in your own life, because that's the only thing that holds you back, is you think, I can't do this. It's not possible. None of you know what's possible when you come into human form, but you think you do. And that's why we gave you the message that the more you know, the less you understand, because you will put your blinders on and you will say, this hasn't happened. This couldn't be possible. And we're giving you a demonstration, and we keep talking about his age at 74. And then we had him go to the doctor yesterday so that we could do this today, so doctor could be surprised. Now, we know many of you are moving through some physical changes right now, but they're all connected to you still honoring your authentic self. They're different for each of you. Some are painful, some are difficult, but they're all to get you to own yourself. And again, that's not in your physical body, it's in your consciousness. But as you come to the physical plane, you should be abundant as well. And you become abundant when you honor what you have brought to the world, all the gifts, all the wisdom, all the knowledge. And our messenger has brought all of it, and he still hasn't honored himself yet. And so he's not being a good example. So we told him, we stopped him, and we said, tomorrow you're changing. Because he has the work that can have all of you live great lives, become wealthy, become all that you want. And he knows that he has it because he's seen how it works. We've given him science, and it's all connected to the energies that have been moving in your world. And then we give him a result. We demonstrate the result. We're saying it in this way because we really want more of you to believe in yourselves. We know it's challenging at this time, and many of you don't know what's going on, but we're saying you are in a great place, and we just want you to understand it. And the first message that we gave you in 2008 was about deja vu on this date, because you see, you do have memories. You come into physical bodies and that's all you have, but you think that you don't have a consciousness. You carry consciousness with you always because you're eternal spiritual souls. But what you're meant to do is get rid of the stuff that you didn't like. That's within all of you. the things that were judgmental, the things that were terrible that you kept, all of it. That's why you're having a restructuring. And you're meant to become much more courageous. You're meant to become much braver. And guess what that is? It's just saying, I'm me. I own myself. That's all. But it's a journey. It's a self-evolutional journey that you are each on. But what we're going to have fun with is you reading all of the messages, because we want to have you remove some of your disbelief. The only reason that you don't change your life, and the only reason all of you don't change your world, is because you believe you can't. And we had him write a message about that because we're showing you that you can, but you will have the belief it's never been done before. Yes, it has. We're showing you it's been done. But we do understand that more of you have this time that you will need before you move, but we want our messenger to move because he's not aiding any of you, because he hasn't finished all of our work. We have given him everything. We've had him show that cabinet so many times to see how much was there. And we've had him talk about how much has been healed within him, and that all of you could do that. And we wanted you to see that if more of you did it, can't you see how the world would start to look a little different? Before you start burning more things down and fighting more? It's not necessary. All you've got to do is go inside and love yourself. But we've given you a guide. And so what's going to happen is when you read the messages that we've put on the site for today, you will see the synchronicity. And we want you to understand, we've mentioned this many times. None of you come into the world the same. And we love the term neurodiverse, because when you can accept that, you give yourself more permission to be who you are, because you say, oh, I'm different. You're supposed to be. But it was challenging for our messenger because it's been his entire life. But now this is why we're changing it, and he has to change today. It took him this long to develop all of this, but now it's here. But it's meant for this time in your world, and you all have to move. And it doesn't help him unless if he's just sitting with it. But we've moved him along a little bit more because he didn't know what was happening, but we pushed him. Now he's going to be on a big radio show. And now he's going to talk about it, because it's difficult for you to own yourself and be in public and be vulnerable when you are discovering something new. And the newness is within you. We're saying this because each of you have that uncomfortable feeling when you're going to do something, present something. It's because that's a new experience. So every part of your life is a new experience. And sometimes they give you pause because they seem too big, and that's what's going to happen for him. But that's why we wanted to do this today, because he needs to be prepared, because he will have many, many people coming to him. And so we need him to stop doing what he was doing, which many of you have been doing, and that's discounting yourselves. Please stop. You're valuable. And it happens in your consciousness. But what has happened over centuries is that you've developed this system where you think certain people who have money and possessions and things are more valuable than all the other souls. This is why we had him do the message the other day on Pope Francis, you see, because that was a continuation. Because we're of the same mind. That all people matter, and you matter most. And that's what we wanted you to know. So when you read the messages, you will be uplifted even more. And the energy of the 23rd, you will not miss. But we just want you to use it in the very most positive way in your life. That will be the difference, and that will be the change you each will make. And we love you so much.